everybody. I'm Loren Molloy, one of the hosts of Three Crazy Bitches Talk. Hey, girls, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing good.
It was awesome. That was really awesome.
You like that?
That was fantastic.
Yes, you
I
did
just
such a good
lost
job.
everybody.
Kate is now a ghost. Three Crazy Bitches is off to a fantastic start.
What the heck just happened?
I feel
I'm coming.
solo.
Oh my god,
guys, that's what happens. I have no idea what happened to you.
I'm working on it.
That's
I have
hilarious.
no idea either. That was very bizarre.
I feel like I'm going to remove you and you can enter yourself back in.
I say remove me.
Bye-bye. Welcome back, Kate. Are you there?
Am I there?
No. Okay, Jess, while she figures that out, why don't you explain who you are just slightly? Of course she's back.
There you go.
Yay! Bingo arms. Yay! Oh, all right. So the premise of this show really is just the three of us are going to be talking about some wacky, wild, crazy, fucked up, crazy, stupid conversations and topics. You're feel free to please leave all sorts of comments, questions for us in the comment section. I'll be able to put them up on the screen. Please make sure you share it around. Yes, Three Crazy Bitches Talk. We're not allowed to use the word bitch, so that's why it's bees, because, you know, censorship sucks. Anyway, obviously, this show does not have a very child-friendly rating. So, if you have children in the room, that's up to you. You might. That's Kate, everybody. Kate is like Pollyanna Sunshine. She says. So, just tell everybody about yourself a little bit.
My name is Jessica. I am the owner and operator of A Sweet Discovery, which is a designer desserts company. I graduated college with a forensic psych degree, but I decided that being artistic was the better route. And okay. And I'm a hobbyist with being musical with piano, singing, guitar, and that's about it.
That's awesome. That's about it. She says, is she?
She's also really cool,
right? She also does all sorts of pinup like modeling, which is amazing.
Oh yeah, so yeah, I got into a couple of magazines because I know I sent the bio in, and I didn't know if it was like available for people. Oh, okay, yeah. So I didn't.
Yeah, it's in the description section, but that's okay. Yeah. Not everybody wants to read that. They'd rather hear from your own lips. Yeah. She also did the cake in my movie Yield. So Yield the horror movie. There's face cake, so you'll be able to check that out. Look for Yield the horror movie, bit.ly/DVD Yield, and get your copy. It's even signed by me, the director. While we're talking about me for a second, my next movie that we're working on, which is in pre-production, is actually The Devil's Lettuce. That's right. 3 dudes walk into a graveyard, start partying, and break their bowl. Their bowl? That's right. It's 420 friendly. Yes, that's true. I have my medical marijuana card because I have fibromyalgia and epilepsy, so we can talk about that more later. But that's why I'm allowed to do this. Anyway, so the 3 guys break their bowl in a graveyard and go, holy shit, we can't have this party stop. They pick up a skull they find in the graveyard. Not smart. Smoke weed out of that, and all of a sudden they're possessed and need to start killing people. What happens is the movie. So right now we're in pre-production. I have a fundraiser going on. I'll try to put the link up in a few minutes. That way, if you want, every donation equals an IMDb credit. And Kate Fox, we're going to you because you have one of those credits. So
I do.
Tell about you a bit.
About me, let's see. I am, of course, a poet. I have 4 books published. My 5th will be coming out probably early next year. I'm a cancer survivor, and that's how I actually started all of the amazing things that I'm doing now. The first time I published a collection, even though I'd been published before, That led to my first internet talk show that I hosted, which eventually led to a radio show, which eventually led to the Kate Fox Show. And I'm looking forward actually to being a producer on The Devil's Lettuce.
Ooh.
Do I have to watch the movie though when it's done?
I'm gonna hold you down. I'm gonna like tape you to a chair. I'm gonna do the whole like Clockwork Orange with your eyes.
Oh my
you
God.
must watch your own film.
No.
Could you imagine I actually do that face with it too? Like that'd be awful as you're watching, just on the sidelines. Just
it might be fun. It might be fun.
So I can do that to you when the movie's done.
You can do that to me.
Oh, all of it, even with the eye thing.
Not the eyes, but I'll watch it. I promise you, I'll watch it.
Oh, I can't wait. That's even more exciting, guys. If you want to donate, the link's on the bottom. I'm gonna actually put it in the comments as well. That is for a movie, The Devil's Lettuce. So feel free to donate. You'll see in the fundraiser that there's different levels of donations. You either get a thank you credit, an associate producer credit, or a producer credit. So imagine all you have to do is donate to this female filmmaker and her film, The Devil's Lettuce, and you can have your own IMDb credit, and that will help you in the future because you get to go, hey guys, I'm a producer. I have a thank you credit. Oh yeah, those kinds of things. So it's definitely beneficial for sure. And moving right along. Get this thing off the screen. No, just kidding. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. And every Tuesday night, we're going to meet up, these three crazy bitches, and we're going to talk about some interesting stuff. So, ladies.
Yes.
I think our first interesting topic really needs to be, as I pull on my hair, the worst freaking hair job you have ever had.
God.
Absolutely. Because I literally just dyed my hair again. Of course, box dye, because, I'm trying to not go.
I only do box dye too. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It worked out. But, I mean, this is one of those moments where, like, thank you, Jesus. My hair looks good right before the show. But I think every single woman in the world has some nightmare hair story. Jess, I want to hear yours first.
Okay, so I've always had really, really long hair. Never a problem. This particular hairstyle was my first nightmare. Okay, so my hair is wrapped in dread-like style. So what it is box braided, and then the woman, lovingly ripped this hair apart. My scalp, it was so tight. My scalp was stretching to a degree where it was bursting open.
Oh, no, I'd knock people out, man.
What?
Yeah, okay. So, all right, and just so you know, when you turn your head, you don't realize this, but your scalp stretches. So I couldn't even turn my head. So it was pulling it such a degree that it was splitting open, and like that clear liquid was coming out. So I was like scabbed up. I couldn't sleep on it. I felt like I was sleeping on a whole bunch of like ropes.
Did you I would have killed her.
So no, that's just the way it is.
Oh
All
my
of my
God.
friends that have their hair done like this were like, you're gonna have a hard time getting used to this for about 3 days.
Wait, it literally splits every time for every person that gets that hair done?
No. People that have exercised skin, like people of color that get their hair done, they're just used to it.
So it's practiced over time, almost like a callus.
Their hair is very different too, and they oil their scalp.
Right. They take care of it.
It's so different. Wow. So
oh my God.
It took 3 weeks for me to get used to this hairstyle, so it's going to be in for a while. I'm telling you, it might just be wrapped and not the real dreads, but it takes dedication to keep a hairstyle like this.
Oh, I believe it.
And it was a really horrendous situation, like sleepless nights. And it was at such a degree of scabbing that they thought I was allergic to the hair that they put in.
Oh my God.
But it was just so tight that it responded poorly.
Oh my God. And I thought bleaching my hair and having blonde hair was too much effort. I am so fucking lazy.
If you ever bleached your hair, bleached your hair and burnt your scalp, that's similar, but it was everywhere.
I had third degree bleach burns on my hands from, I was in, and it's not a hair story, but I was in high school cosmetology because, quote, wasn't allowed to take auto because I'd be locked in with guys and they might rape me. So I was forced to take cosmetology. Right there, I should have punched people, especially since everybody in auto was my homeboys that we hung out after school anyway, who were fixing my car anyway. It was more like women are not allowed to learn in auto. Anyway, so they put me in cosmetology. All my home dudes would come in, so I would buzz their hair just like I would do, when we're out of school. Some people didn't like that, started getting jealous. So there we are having the hair bleaching test for school, and they decide to put holes in my gloves. So I also have fibromyalgia. So I don't have feeling. No, I'm not kidding. I don't have feeling like most people. Like I could have my hand on a hot burning plate and not notice it except for the smell, and all of a sudden be like, "Fuck, I burned myself." So like it takes a lot of pain. So all of a sudden, I take the gloves off, and she's gone. What the fuck? She ran away. She's like, "Nope, not with this story." So like I take the gloves off. And I realized that there's chemical burns to the point where there's holes in my hand and you can see the bone. Like I had to go take care of it. When I had to get fingerprinted, and this is 10 years later, to work in the school district, literally I still didn't have fingerprints. There's just smudges. And I'm like, I swear I wasn't trying to reenact the movie Seven.
God, yeah, right.
That's how bad that happened. And I don't think the girl or girls, because I never really investigated that shit, because if I did, I probably would have killed somebody.
Wow.
But
that is funny.
She's gone. She's like, that was too scary.
She doesn't like the gory stuff.
Doesn't. That's why I call her Pollyanna. Oh, there she is. I was like, come back. That's okay.
Oh my God. So they put holes in your gloves?
Yep, they thought it'd be funny, not realizing that I wouldn't notice it until I just figured I'll deal with the pain later, because that's my motto. No matter how bad the pain is, you can survive any kind of pain. Women
tolerate pain. Pain is beauty, right? And
and when I took the gloves off to have these holes in my hand, like I had said to Jess, quite literally, when 10 years later or so, when I had to get fingerprinted to work in the school districts, because I work with special needs, literally it was just smudges because I still didn't have fingerprints. That's how long. I was like, I swear, I'm not trying to reenact Seven. Like I literally was saying because I was trying to explain, I'm like, you're going to get nothing. And he thought it like I was being a jerk about it, like I don't want to be in the system. I'm like, I've been in the system since I was born. I know what my number is. Like this doesn't have a print for you. And it happened, and he kept redoing it, thinking I'm fucking with him. And I was just like, you do it then. And it was like My Blue Heaven, where it's like, here, let me help you with this. And I was like, see, all smudges because somebody thought it was going to be funny, but they messed with chemicals and fucked me over.
Yeah.
Funny enough, the worst hair job I had ever got was also in high school cosmetology. The teacher wanted to show how you highlight hair, started from the front, and I had never bleached my hair before, to work to the back. And I have tons of hair. It doesn't look like it. But to the point where the front was almost white falling out. I had burns. It was all bad, to the point where it was so bad, my mama showed up and almost took this little woman out through the wall. And it was right before senior picture day.
Oh, did it fall out?
Oh my God.
Sometimes it gets so brittle, or it gets pasty.
Yeah.
And then that's it.
The ends were. I'm like, it's fucking mush.
Yeah.
I lost it.
Mush. Yeah.
Back in the day, people don't understand this level of me is so sane, so in control that in high school, people are lucky I didn't end them, just throw them out the second story window or something like I used to do. I would do that. If you hit a girl, I would literally be like, guess what? Can you fly, motherfucker? No. Boom. And just kick him through the second story window and make sure his body landed and aimed right in the bushes. And I just looked down and be like, I aimed for that motherfucker. Close the window. I'm not kidding. If you're going to harm a girl, I'm going to make sure you regret it. That's how high school was. So I'm looking at this little woman, and I'm like, I can't hit a woman. I can't kill her. She's so tiny. I don't want to. There's nothing I can do. I'm walks in, are you kidding? You're supposed to be the teacher. She was awesome. There's no way to reenact my mother and give her the credit she's due. But so I couldn't believe it. It's almost like bleached white here to like mush at the bottom, and then we had to re-dye it, strip it, just to be able to get it to a normal color for prom. Like,
oh no,
I had to drop out of cosmetology between what they did to my hands, stealing my stuff, and then like I didn't even graduate. Plus, like, there's no way I have the temperament for like mix N7 too. On a woman who wants to stab you and has millions of dollars but doesn't want to tip you free. Like, I can't. Like, it's not none of that. Like, I'm so much calmer nowadays, but like, that was my horror story. Kate, what was yours?
Oh my God. Mine was right before I turned 40. And I was a little heavy, a lot heavy. And I wanted to get something done with this woman who had never done my hair before. And she decided she was going to do this graduated thing. And
right, like an ombre?
What?
Like an ombre?
Ombre?
No. Graduated cut.
Oh.
And I've had pixie hair. I've had boy haircuts. I look great. The way she did it, it was like, it was short here. And then it was the stepped in the back, and I looked like I should be in a home or something. And it was like a day before I had a 40th surprise birthday party. So I had to go to my surprise birthday party with that hideous hair.
Oh my God.
Oh no.
And it was like she said she would and I didn't quite get it. And there was a little bit longer here, but then this thing in the back was horrific. It was horrific.
It was the Karen cut. It's the Karen.
Yeah, I didn't want to say that to hurt anybody's feelings, but yeah, is it the Karen cut?
The Karen cut would be better.
Oh God, girl!
It was bad. It was bad. I cried. I think it's the only time I ever cried when I got my hair done.
Oh,
yeah. Right after I had got diagnosed with cancer a while back, I decided, because I had really long hair, I was like, you know what? At this point, I'm gonna cut it off, donate it, and then I decided to look through magazines, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go with a pixie cut. But that, because if I already start with a pixie cut and I got to lose all my hair, it's not this. Oh my God, I can like start rocking bandanas super quick, or like I was trying to plan it out what I was gonna do, you know. Right. So I show Supercuts woman, like, because, you know, that's my realm of pocket money for Supercuts.
Me too.
Hey, there's no hate on it. They do a great job usually. So
I got a great girl.
It's not the place. It's always the person and the conversation. So no matter what, it really isn't where it was. It was more like I show her the ad, and it's the super cute pixie cut. I am almost 300 pounds at this point, by the way. This heart-shaped face was like very, very, very rounder. Okay. So, and my hair is dark at that point. And the haircut that I had chose was a platinum blonde pixie cut on a very, very Kate Moss looking chick. So transition wise, no good. So when she does this, I just look in the mirror and I'm like, I could rock this. I get in the car and I just go, like Lucille Ball. Because right after that, I have to go on a date in Friendlies with somebody I had just started seeing. So I'm sitting there, but this really fucked up.
Oh my God!
I think partially it could be the stylist, because she could have said, "Listen, this might not go at your facial structure."
Well, they're supposed to do. Isn't that what they're supposed to do?
I feel like I scare people, so they're more like, I don't want to argue. I'll just fucking do it and then run if I have to.
Well,
you can hide in the back after a while.
You're a spooky bitch.
I am.
No, just no.
But it wasn't even that bad. I was able to rock it. It grew out. I just kept changing the colors, and then, you know, as you guys know, I did everything all natural, so I didn't do the chemo or any of that stuff. I just like had them cut out the chunk that they found. And then I did like turmeric, and I did cannabis, and I just started, you know, digging into the root issues and all that shit. And like, still to this day, thank you God. But like, that was not something I'm going back to. If I ever have to do a movie where they're like, you need like a little pixie cut, I'm going to be like, you're going to get me a ball cap and put it on, right? Because like, bitch, I ain't playing. Like,
I can do a bowl cut. I can't cut hair, but I can do a bowl cut really badly.
Yeah, we all
if you want
it. Really badly.
It was beautiful. And it's like this tiny little like saucer bowl. Not even a big bowl. She's just this one tiny little like for soy sauce. She's like, look, it's a bowl cut. Everything else is bowl.
Look at the pictures of my poor son before he turned, I'll say 4 or 5, because I was cutting his hair and I can't cut hair.
Aw, you're so mean.
No. Yeah, poor baby.
That's like when I was about 4 or 5 when I had watched something where somebody had like one of those roller brushes and a blow dryer.
Oh my god!
Right?
Oh yeah. Or the
so excited.
cutter.
Right. But like I had seen this thing. So like everyone's asleep. And of course I always did shit while everyone's asleep. I open mom's drawer up and I find this like little, the bristle ones that have the little like sticky things with the, they stick out, kind of look like a cactus brush anyway. So like I had one of those, but I kept rolling the hair until it was like a curler that stuck to my scalp. And I wake up my father, not my mother. And my father was a very bad, abusive dude. So like, he wakes up, he's like, you can't wake up your mother. And decides, like, he's not going to try to get it out of my head. He just gets the scissors and cuts at the scalp. So there's, like, a bald spot. But what I had done was literally, because I always have my hair thrown to one side, everything on the other side was basically in that fucking thing. So he cut off almost all of one side of my head. Guess what next day was? Picture day. There you go. And my mom wakes up to this because now I'm just sitting in my room rocking, going, she's going to wake up. I'm going to die. She's going to wake up. I'm going to die. They're going to fight. He's going to kill me. I'm never making, I'm going to be a dead corpse in a picture day. Like, here's the little kid, like, all because I thought I could do like I didn't understand how it worked.
I'm so sorry.
Right? So she looks at me and goes, we could fix this. And thank God, like, it was those days where you had the sideways ponytail and it was like an in thing. So she pulled it all to the side, does the ponytail, looks at me. And I was like, he wouldn't let me wake you up. She's like, we handled it. That was the whole, and I never did it again. But like, that was the moment of just like, somebody's killing me. I'm dying. I'm going to be a dead corpse in my, holding the crayon in a little like, dead.
My God.
Like, all because like I misunderstood from a TV, whatever I had seen.
Right.
Right?
Like, well, you're not the only one. My neighbor did the same thing, and her father did the same thing. Just cut it out of her hair, and she woke up. Her mom was like, beat his ass.
I believe it. I mean, I think my mom handled it a lot better than I did.
Yeah, that seemed like she'd be really. That seemed like she was really in control.
Yeah, I think it.
And hi, Tina, too, if you're still there. I'm sorry. Sorry to interrupt you guys.
Oh, yeah, Tina.
Yes. Hello, Tina.
Well, let me tell you, when you're talking about the cutting, though, I actually had someone who I was newly involved with, and they had gum, and they threw it. They threw it. And where is it? Where is it? And a little bit later, I found it. And I actually, thankfully, it was just a little area. And finally, I was just like, just cut it out. Just cut it out.
Yeah, peanut butter's not working. I smell funny. The mayonnaise hasn't worked.
So I was able to at least, I didn't need the side ponytail.
Oh my God. She says hi. I was a bad kid. I had a friend, what was his name? I think his name was Andrew or something like that. And we were playing and I always hung out with boys. Like girls wanted to play with Barbies. I didn't know what to do with that. For some reason, give me a G.I. Joe, Ghostbusters stuff. I understood how to play with it. You gave me a Barbie. I actually would be like, what am I supposed to do with her? Like, that's how bad I was. Like, my brain has never been sane. I mean, I'm a crazy bitch. We fucking know that. So, we're playing at his house, of course. I always do this stuff at other people's houses. And, like, he had said or done something to piss me off, and I had the gum. I didn't. So, I looked at him, I'm like, yeah? And I rubbed it into his hair. So, like, and I was just like,
no, you didn't.
Yes.
Oh, of course I did. I was like, and then he's just like, Mom! And the mom comes in and she's like this amazing, tough Irish woman who just looks at me and looks at her son. And then like, from what I remember of the moment, she had picked up the phone and called my mother, like, come get your daughter. Like that was the whole thing. But I do remember all these moments of like peanut butter and an ice cube. And I remember my mom there being like, did you try mayonnaise? Like, I don't know what she said, but like just flashes of moment. And then me looking at him the whole time like a sociopath. Like, I guess you regret talking to me like that now, huh?
Yeah.
I saw him at school the next day, and he had to like have like a buzz cut or something. I don't remember. It was bad, but like I just looked at him.
I thought you were going to say he had to have a helmet.
Oh God! Well, I dated somebody who needed a helmet when he drank. I dated somebody who had to wear a helmet when he drank because he busted his own face open. No, it was another stupid college moment. But like,
wouldn't you give up drinking?
That's why it was stupid, man.
I like to have a drink. If I have to wear a helmet in order to go drinking, I don't.
Yeah, you got a problem. Yeah,
but that's why I couldn't date him either, because like literally this happened before I had even dated the guy. I was like early 20s, so you make mistakes early 20s. And like I met him and he had a missing tooth. I thought it was like from hockey because he told me he played hockey or something like that. You know, you try to remember. Then his friends tell me that they were all drinking one night and he was like chasing somebody, hits the curb, falls, smashes his face. They found the tooth, put it in milk. Turns out milk will save your tooth so you could actually replace it, but they couldn't find all the teeth. So there's still one missing because they're sure he swallowed it because they never found it. So anytime they all hang out, he has a helmet that he has to fucking wear. And I look over, here I am in like advanced college classes, quantum physics, and like, you're wearing a helmet. I can't do this. Like, I think I'm done. Like,
okay.
So
you have to get patches on it and start signing it.
Oh my God.
I also dated a magician who couldn't seem to make himself disappear even when I wanted him to. And then
all right.
Yeah, hi Anthony. Yes, all is well.
Everybody's great. Thank you. Yes.
Yeah, but like that, yeah. So there's always some fucked up story I have.
Oh my God. Like
yeah. I just fucked up stuff. And I feel bad for my mom. Like, I honestly, the amount of stuff she had to like ride in and be like, well, you know, your son, like just to get me out of there and possibly not sued for stuff very often.
Well, at least she's a good sport about it.
Wow.
Well, we'd get home and she'd yell at me like she should and be like, you can't do this stuff.
My mom would just embarrass me right in front of the principal, whoever. She would just go out on me.
No, we're too Sicilian for that shit. You know, you band together and then behind closed doors. So you understand the family is angry with you.
I like that style. I prefer that style.
I can't do the face. I can't do.
You were close.
About something.
Okay. You got the voice
a monkey face. Wait.
I was like. But like, I feel bad for her because it'd be like one time this kid, he decided that he was going to be a bully and pushed me on the blacktop. We're talking elementary school. My mom had dressed me in a white dress, white stocking, white shoes. He said something, I said something, whatever it was. Now we're at the recess and it's one of those like blacktop gravel playgrounds. And I see him barreling at me. I'm not playing tag with anybody. I'm not that bitch. I have never ran in my life. I'm not running. I have a heart thing. I have asthma. So I'm not running. I'm not playing tag. But he's charging at me. And he was a massive little kid. And he just comes barreling at me.
You.
Maybe, but he shouldn't have hit me as hard as he did because I went skidding across this blacktop gravel. Opened up my knee. No, on my knee. My knee gets opened up to the bone. So now I stand up and no tears happen. I'm in second grade. I just look at him. I stand up. And my stocking on that leg is now blood red. There's a pool of blood because that's how open my knee is. I even cried one single tear. I look at him. I'm like, I'll deal with you later. I look at my friend and I'm like, tell them I'm going to the nurse. Somebody call my mother. And I just
look at you taking charge. I'm the one who would be like,
I wasn't giving this little fucker the satisfaction, man. I wasn't giving him the satisfaction. And I already had a plan for the next day. So this nurse is picking gravel with like Q-tip, like with tweezers out of my knee, pouring iodine, pulls it closed with a butterfly bandage and wraps my knee up. My mom brings me home and she's like, you're right. You know what? She's like, you don't have to go to school tomorrow. And the first time in my life I go, no, I want to go to school tomorrow. I'm fine.
Yeah. I'm just this guy up.
Yeah, she's like, you don't want to stay home? And meanwhile, I would use asthma as every excuse. I think one year I had almost 100 days absent because I was like, you know, and then, what's on TV? You know, I was that fucker. So, like, for me to even say that for me to even say that I would like be going to school the next day, I should have tipped somebody off, but yeah, I would never give it away.
God.
I really kind of was like Louise from Bob Belcher. Like I just didn't have the ears for real. So like I go to school the next day. The teacher doesn't move the kid. So she leaves him directly in front of me, and it's those tables where it's like this. So I just look at him and he just keeps looking at me, and I'm watching his shoe, and it's one of those parents always buy kids construction, shoes size bigger because kids grow into shoes, that kind of thing. So here I am watching his shoe move because he keeps moving his toes. So I keep seeing the crease where all this empty space is. So I get up, I sharpen my pencil, I come back and I look at him and I keep watching his shoe, and I just look at him. I'm like, this is for yesterday. Bam! And I stab him in the foot with the pencil, but miss purposely right in front of his toes. So all I did was scare the crap out of him. He's like, she stabbed me in the foot. I'm like, I just missed, motherfucker.
Oh my God.
We gotta have a parent teacher conference because like of my thought through plan of like lead poisoning. I didn't hurt him though. That's why I studied his foot. I never wanted to actually hurt anybody. I just wanted it not to be. Wow. I just didn't want it to be that kind of problem where, I'm not trying to hurt people. I just don't want people hurting me. There you go, baby. So like the fact that like I had stabbed him in the foot scared everybody, of course, but nobody believed me that I staring at his foot like for almost an hour, making sure this crease means this is definitely where his toes are. I'm not stabbing a person in the foot. I already had that combo. What happens to children when you kill? My mom had to have that conversation with me.
Oh my God.
Like, yeah. She's like,
so I look like I am about to take off in a plane. But
you do actually. It's very sexy.
That's cool.
Paused because I don't know if anybody knows. I've been pausing on and off, and I don't know if you think I'm just staring at you or whatever.
No,
okay.
you've been good.
We're ready for takeoff.
Yes.
Are we cleared for landing?
Yeah. Anything.
Nah, the exits are here, everywhere.
Oh, I love that movie.
I love that movie too. So good. Okay, totally side statement. I just discovered a new drink, and I'm telling you, let me discuss first. Okay. Yes. So I'm not saying the brand because God forbid I get in trouble for saying it, but this brand, strawberry, is my favorite. A friend of mine, Joanna, the other day, she looks at me and she's taking a sip. I'm like, oh, what are you drinking? And she's like, aloe vera juice. Okay.
Right.
Not the brand name.
It's a little thick.
But this is a little different. So she's like, it's aloe vera juice, because I'm not going to say the brand name, but I'm going to show you again. And I was like, I'm not doing that. Yuck, yuck, yuck. And she looks at me. She's like, bitch, you eat salad. It's a fucking plant. Take a sip.
Okay.
So I take a sip. And because it's either mango or strawberry, the little bits of chunks make you think it's either strawberry or mango chunks. So you're not grossed out. And if I keep it in the bottle, it's even better, because in the glass it does look a little weird, but it tastes so freaking good, and it's been helping my stomach because I have all those stomach issues. I looked into it. Great for that. Yeah. So I actually am talking about it now, and shout out to Joanna, who had to yell at me, and that's one of the reasons I love her. Is she literally was like, "You eat salad, bitch, try it." Like, so like she needs a shout out, but guys, you really should try it. Just like, I don't care if you try another brand, but make sure you try it like one of the flavors. I say strawberry, because like to me that was the best one, and I just chugged that stuff. It tasted so good. And when I had those little chunks, it felt like they were just strawberry chunks. Because
right.
They get.
That was the one thing too that I couldn't get past, and it was a little thicker. But does it have sugar in it?
But stop saying chunks. Just say pieces, not chunks.
Yeah. It has pulp.
Yes.
That's actually what Joanna had said to me. She's like, "Hun, you drink orange juice with pulp." I was like, "Now that can help it." But
orange juice. Yeah, I'd say so.
It's like jelly brains. It's like jelly brains are thicker. I'm looking up your sugar content, you jerk, making me look these things up.
I'm sorry.
All right, so supposedly it's like 51, so of course I like it. I don't know. Half of this is in Spanish. It includes 51 grams added sugar.
Holy shit.
Of course, I love it. It's so good for you. It's so much sugar.
Maybe there's a sugar-free brand.
That's a lot of sugar. That's a lot of sugar.
Yeah.
Because I favor sugar. Diet, so.
Honey.
By the way, what I'm deciding to do is I didn't get it today, so I'll have to get it for next week. But I'm going to get another bottle of this
Pineapple.
Mix it with this.
Oh, good idea.
Yeah, bitch. Now it's worth it.
Right.
And now I'm being healthy and taking care of
Right.
myself.
It's like cranberry and vodka.
Right?
You know?
It's so good
You're
for
like
you.
cleaning out your kidneys.
I feel like the same way with mimosas. I always feel like it's a breakfast drink.
Right. Well, it is. Duh. Orange juice.
Yeah. Right? Oh my God. We need to do this at a brunch where the people just allow us to eat plates of food and talk all together on camera.
I'm hungry.
Oh my
God. Right? We could all get breakfast. I love breakfast food.
My favorite too. I miss French toast so much. On this new diet that I'm on, I can't really eat all of that stuff. But I tell you, French toast just hit the spot right now.
I love
and
French
grilled
toast.
cheese. And probably spaghetti.
I really love crepes. Crepes are one of my favorites. I love crepes. Crazy.
I love crepes.
That just reminded me of a Talladega Nights. Go ahead.
I have somebody come.
Uh-oh.
Horror movie. Oh, okay.
I fucking muted her. The door opened and I'm like, I don't know what that's going to be. Are you safe? Are you alive?
I'm safe.
I know where you live. Do I have to kill people?
I was like, did you just see something?
I heard a little knocking.
I also heard the knock and saw the shadow of the door open, and my asshole bitch ass muted you instead. Like, not like, let me make sure she's safe. I was like, let me mute a bitch. Oh, there she goes.
We don't want to hear it. That was my son who all of a sudden, because he's doing, there's a camp, and this is not silly or funny or whatever, but it's wonderful. There's a camp called Camp Kesem.
Yeah.
And it's for kids from ages 6 to 16. If they have had a caregiver who has or had cancer, they get to attend 1 week free of camp every year from 6 to 16.
Nice.
And this year, they're doing it remotely, but they sent them like these boxes with all these crafts in it, and they made a schedule. So they do things offline and they do things online. So he's been participating since Sunday. So all of a sudden, my almost 12-year-old is going to bed like an hour early because he wants to make sure he's up in time for this camp.
Damn, girl. That's
so
awesome.
that's what he was doing. He's like, I'm going to bed.
That's adorable. The fact he even told you is adorable.
Are you? That's
I'm like,
really
who's
cute.
knocking? And I hit my door when they were first. I don't know if you heard it. I hit the door like, shut up. Really? Shut up.
Like, I'm recording right now, motherfuckers. Like, you gonna tell me you're going to bed? You couldn't text me that? That's the one time you do it? I see how this game plays. No,
I'm live. Go away.
Right. Fuck off.
But
no.
And all right. So then just to say, if you are or know someone who has children and has or had cancer.
What's it called again?
Camp Kesem, Kesem. There are multiple chapters.
Oh, there it is.
Did you see it? There are multiple chapters throughout the country. They're run through colleges. My kids go to actually Yale because when my daughter, these kids are so great. When my daughter started, she was, I want to say 12. We went the first year that they were at
Here we go.
Yale. And
that's so sweet, Loren.
It was the closest to my parents. And I was nervous. It was the first time she was going to be away for a week. So there's one at Stony Brook too. I've heard wonderful things about Stony Brook, but we go to Yale because that's how it ended up. So
okay. Well, I put the main source, the one that's like,
that's perfect because then people can find it from there. And like when you go to sign up, you actually search for a camp near your location. Awesome. So, but it is really humongously amazing. And that's where I've met some of my dearest friends because we've been involved since 2014.
Are you stuttering?
I'm trying to think. Was it 2013 or was it 2014? I don't know. I want to say 2014, but
I believe you.
So I didn't need to.
I was about to be like, I don't care enough about the year. I love you.
Is it 2013? Is it 2014? 2013, 2014? It's so important.
Somebody's talking about somebody you don't even know, and you're like, was his name Bob? And you're like,
Erin knows. Should have asked Erin.
Erin.
Thanks, Erin.
I love you, Erin.
Thank you for stopping the stuttering. That was adorable.
Erin, you're super cute.
Isn't
That's
she?
my wife.
Aw.
That
No,
girl,
for real, but yes.
Yeah, but she's got a story.
Clarify.
She has inspirational stories too. You guys have to meet her sometime.
Oh yeah, for sure. We should do it. We actually should do like another episode of just like craziest whatever, like medical stuff or whatever, and we'll get each talk about like stuff we've gone through or whatever. It doesn't have to be deep or dark, but it might help others to know what each like, conquered stuff. By the way, for everybody who sees me keep touching my nose, I need to say something just because I have to get it out there. I keep touching my nose because when I was very, very ill and all the medicines that you guys know about, one of the side effects is it makes you feel like there's bugs crawling on your nose, but there isn't. It's a nerve issue. So I literally touch my nose for no other reason than it's now become an unfortunate A, habit, but B, it's just one of those nerve ending issues.
Is it a
like
form
your hand
of
tingles.
neuropathy?
Kind of. It was one of the medicines they had put me on for one of the things they had quote claimed was going to cure my epilepsy or the fibromyalgia or whatever.
Oh no.
But literally like, so sometimes just one side of my nose and people are like, do you have a Coke problem? I'm like, no, I have like a doctor
Why
prescribed.
would they think that instead of thinking like it just itches?
Dude, you know how many people think I have like, I've literally had people like, yo, how much do you want? I'm like, of what? They're like Coke. I'm like, bitch, nah. Like, I had to get Thursday.
You
like,
on that. I would not want to see.
No. Oh my god. Okay, so the Santa Clarita Diet show. There's a character. Yeah, and you know the Next Door Neighbor, where you guys haven't watched the show. The Next Door Neighbor's son is this dorky, nerdy kind of guy, and there's this quote that he says that makes me think of how I would be. He goes, "I feel like I would just be unbearable on Coke," and I'm like, "That's me. I wouldn't." Don't get like I always tell people, I don't want to take any of your pills. I don't want to try Coke. The only thing I do is smoke weed, and that's only because it's the only thing that's proven to me from trying every doctor prescribed medication, everything else. The only thing that stopped the seizures and gets me walking and eating, as you guys have seen, truly, you've seen me both where like I wasn't able to eat a freaking mouthful until I smoked and took my medicine. And then all of a sudden I'm like, yay, I can eat finally. Like, those are serious freaking things, no matter what size this person might look like to you. Like, there's so many health issues that are helped by this. Like, I'll have fibofog. So if I haven't been smoking, people go, oh, you're already so high, you should quit. Look at you messing up your words. No, it's fibofog. Fibofog means I could be saying lunchroom, but meaning kitchen. It's literally a nerve-ending communication issue.
I do that.
Wow.
So, and that's just one of them. So it doesn't mean that you have fibromyalgia. It just means we all have stuff that most people don't talk about, but are looked at in the wrong way based on no understanding of any of it. That's why I smoke on the shows, because it's like just, all the misconceptions, like on Family Guy, when, what's her name, Meg, like that thing where supposedly she smoked weed and she's like that flat thing, like slurping down the couch. That's not how it is. Look at me. Nope. You guys have seen me. I've worked 3 days at a con, never really sleeping. And like, I've done 7 blunts to my face while people are falling over and then giving panels. Like, it's not. Right. Then I've seen other people who take a few tokes of something and literally they're like, ugh. And I'm like, oh, okay, you should sit down. Like, don't try to do what I do. That's scary. Like, it's almost like wet brain, but for weed. And like, when you get those kinds of people, you can't tell them, listen, it's not working for you. You got to do, you just got to like walk away from them. But like, that's one of the reasons I even talk about it at all is 1, the misconceptions, and 2, the only reason I even use it is because of finding out the hard way with things like, oh, did you know one of the side effects is your nose will forever feel like somebody's either poking it or tickling it. Like,
that's so unfortunate.
And that's like the nothing one of all the ridiculous side effects with some of it. Like when I was a kid, they had to put me on like an experimental medication for my asthma, they had said. And the first thing that happened was my feet swelled. I got moon face and these 2 front teeth got ginormous. All of a sudden it was like super chipmunk. And it was like,
how old were you?
I don't know. I was a little kid. I want to say like 4 or 5, but those years blend together. So
Your
I mean,
teeth grew? What in the hell are they testing?
I don't know, but like everyone's like, no, that's just they're like, no, that's just natural. And then like years later, right? I'm like years later, I look it up and then I'm like, what are the side effects? Oh, look at that. Like there's so many different things. Like one of the reasons my brain rotted in the first place is there's such a thing as serotonin syndrome, I think there's a longer word for it, but where literally too much or not enough can actually rot your brain. So if they put you on too many antidepressants and all this stuff, it literally rots your brain out. If you're, not having enough in your system because stress levels are so high, here's another medical thing, but
dying out. Oh my God.
so when you're stressed out, as we've seen in like a bunch of commercials for those weight loss pills, cortisol is a real thing. What happens is when your body gets stressed out, it releases this chemical cortisol that's pretending to save your body. But one of the things it feeds on is serotonin. So if you have too much cortisol but not enough serotonin, not only does inflammation happen, but you have memory issues, all sorts of stuff.
No. Also kidney issues.
Yes. Same thing with magnesium. People don't realize how serious a lack of magnesium is, but literally the reason my mom had a heart attack once was because her magnesium levels were so low. So now she has to take magnesium every day.
Wow.
People have, and doctors don't test your vitamin or mineral levels.
How would you know?
No.
I actually tell all of my clients that I work with, because I do all sorts of spiritual work, I do all sorts of like healing work with people and discussing stuff from everything I've learned. Otherwise I would have been dead. It was like, no, I looked that up myself. No, we're not doing that. I know how that works. But doing all of that helped me understand that you have to be really careful with some stuff, but you can heal a lot of stuff. It's just crazy.
So I was watching something on Netflix. It's called Unwell.
Yeah.
And they were talking about fasting and how it helped people with cancer and even buying breast milk online and drinking breast milk apparently healed this guy from prostate cancer. But
it's true.
The fasting is amazing because apparently your cells are able to regenerate when it's not being bogged down by your digestive system working so hard. So giving yourself that time, maybe like 16 to 18 hours in a day where your body's just kind of healing itself,
Yeah, you could also do that with an alkaline diet. That's how I did. Most people
really?
don't talk about alkaline diets, but like the minute somebody tells me they like had any kind of like abnormal cell test, like pap smear, or they get a cancer diagnosis, my first words are, you need to start immediately on some form of cannabis, and you need to immediately start an alkaline diet while you're fasting and clearing everything else out. That's what I did. It's really strict. It's really hard to do, to just be like, fuck it, I'm going to redo it at any random time. But when you got like a serious condition, or like, they found any kind of diagnosis, quite honestly, my first words are start an alkaline diet, add local honey, not that shit from the store, because local honey makes it better. Make sure that you're taking turmeric, because at 2,000 milligrams, it literally kills cancer cells.
How much should you take a day for turmeric?
I take 2,000 milligrams, between 1,600 and 2,000 milligrams every day. But what you should do is take half in the morning and half at night, because it's not a time release. Now, I tell lots of people, this is the way that worked for me. This is a way that worked for lots of clients, but like people want names. I don't tell other people's names because that was their private story and they didn't want to talk about it. Yeah. So
I'll let you know how it works for me, because I just started it on your recommendation. So
awesome. Thank you. I wasn't bringing you up. There was no way I was going to be like, remember we talked about, I don't do that stuff. And that's why a lot of time people think I'm a liar, is because the only way to, let's say, clear my name or like have proof would be like, be like, oh, well, then you need to know this person and this happened. And like, that's not your business. I'm also ordained as a minister. So like, for me, like that vow of silence of your story, that's sacred. I mean, you can put me on a stand and I'll look at a motherfucker like, wish a motherfucker would, like, and people are like, how are you ordained? I'm like, God understands. He made me. He understands my sense of humor. He knows I can walk onto any street and be like, I'm not going to be like, you want to pray? I'm going to be more like, so you look a little stressed. Let's talk. You want to smoke a bowl? Let's talk. Right? And just like,
you get scared if you come out of a certain way, especially about religion.
Yeah, and it's not. No. And I'm non-denominational. I'm spiritual. The only reason I'm even ordained as a minister is because otherwise you can't marry people. And for me also, I did it because I figured priests and everybody in all that ordained category, supposedly their prayers hear God first, or however you want to translate those words in a way. They have more oomph or more power, blah, 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 however is the right way. But so, yeah, so because we believe that, and that's supposedly the truth, whether I can prove it or not, I can't. I did it because if that is true, and being ordained means that my prayers are heard first, better, louder, stronger, more helpful, whatever, then it's worth doing. That way, when I say I'm blessing you, hopefully it works. Now, if there's no truth to any of it, and I get up there and he goes, that was silly, like, all right, I tried. I mean, quite honestly, I'd rather try and have it not have the same substance as we hope than not do it at all. So when I do house clearings and all that stuff, and I, fight, dark forces, as some people say, where it's more like, are you having negative thoughts a lot lately? Maybe you should take a spiritual bath.
Let me tell you, if I get married in the future, I would love for you to officiate it.
Oh,
because
I would love
that's
that.
Exactly what I look for. Like I'm non-denominational either, and I'm very spiritual, but that is really something else to be a minister, because you want to be able to give that to other people. I think that's a fantastic
And
way
that's also why I did Reiki too. Thank you, baby. And I would love to. I'm doing a wedding on Halloween, and it's a costume themed Halloween.
Oh my God.
Friends of mine,
Can
they
I
met.
work with you? I'm just going to be the person that like holds stuff.
Yeah, actually, I'm supposed to have a +1 because I need somebody to help. So, like, bitch, we have to coordinate.
Right?
Because I really do. Here's why also. Because it's a costume themed on Halloween, Halloween wedding. They want me dressed up as the nun from The Conjuring. So I'm literally.
Are you going to do your makeup?
Yeah, I'm going to do my makeup. I'm gonna do the makeup. I already have the nun habit. I got it off Amazon. And like I literally feel like it's gonna be like a Whoopi Goldberg moment from Sister Act, where I'm like,
oh my God,
I'm gonna have to wear something under it. And then like if it wasn't a wedding, I would wear something like risque without, me, I never really show anything. No, I'm not doing it at their wedding. I'm the freaking minister. All of a sudden,
oh my God, did you see the minister?
Oh, like, hey, how did she get married? Well, let me tell you. First of all, this disgusting nun came. No, just kidding.
God.
So I do weddings, I do hand fastings, I do all that stuff. I do house cleanings, I do Reiki.
Do what? Hand fastings?
Hand fasting is like the wedding ceremony, but more for like Wiccan, New Age, pagan. I think it's beautiful because you take a piece of it's depending how people want it, and I'm not really rigid, as we know. So, but a special, respectful piece of either fabric or that, and it kind of binds, and now you're together.
Oh, okay.
I love that.
Yeah, I really like those. The candle thing where now 2 candles turn into 1. So there's all sorts of stuff. And for me, like, it's your wedding. So whatever you want me to do besides like inappropriate, meaning like naked or sexual or whatever, hey, honey, I mean, I had somebody be like, for $5,000, will you? Delete, block.
Yep.
I don't want my money that way. Nope. I don't care how pretty my feet look to you. I need to go. Thank you very much. Seriously, I can't post pictures of my legs or feet without like all my inbox being filled with, do you want a foot, daddy? I want none of that. Thank you. I just wanted to post how pretty my legs looked. I thought I looked thin for a second.
Those were pretty, man. I was
like, that was a good picture.
Right? I was like, oh, look how pretty. It looks like something.
You have nice feet too, which is, a plus.
Right? Right? But like, it wasn't even meant in any other way than, oh, I feel good about this picture. Yeah. And then it was like, oh, blanket.
So this was just recent.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, and it's all the time. That stuff pops up all the time. They'll be like, can you just take a bunch of pictures of your feet? I'll give you $5,000 a week if you'll be my foot baby.
You should just be like, yeah, Venmo me, and then change your Venmo and change your shit. Lock them up.
Nah,
my first payment is... No, I'm just kidding.
I had one ex that like he didn't want to do anything unless he picked out the shoes and put them on my feet first. Like I was done. There's a little yeah. It was
Is it because that was his thing, or was he like controlling?
No, it was a foot thing. Like he needed to have certain polish. It was all like a foot thing, and I was like, "This isn't love. I'm out. I can't."
Yeah, this is not love. Love Nothing frogs, please.
Like, seriously, more than anything else, I don't mind like catering to a partner to a certain extent. But it's more like, if I have to do this, like, I can't do this for quickies. This is ridiculous. Like, I don't, no matter what, this is not the life I want to live, even if somebody else will be thrilled with it. So, you know,
I'm really, I always forget how you're so forward and honest, and people might think that it's rude, but you're really doing a service to the person, being honest and upfront about it, because that means that they can make their judgments, they know exactly how to navigate, and so do you, and you don't feel obligated to smile and nod and shit like that, because you'll tell them up front what's not appropriate and not, and then because that, when you have to smile and nod and just accept what they're doing that makes you really upset, you take that home with you, and it then changes you in a way. So if you get it out up front, you say, this is not what I want, I'm not accepting this, you're bullshit, I think that is a really healthy way of communicating.
Thank you. And you're right. I'm not everybody's cup of tea, but then again, I'm whiskey, sweetie. So, I mean, honestly.
But
it's a lonely thing at the same time. Like, you guys know, I do have problems connecting with people a lot because I am blunt. I don't take shit. If I see people are playing manipulation games.
But that doesn't mean you're not a compassionate, kind person. Right. And that really, should be seen by them.
So. Yeah, and I think it's also because, like, if I say something to you, I'll say it directly to the person. I don't talk behind anybody's back. Like, people,
you don't.
No. So, like, if I looked at you and was like, this person upset me for this reason, I will literally be like, listen, I don't like you for this reason, but you're allowed to be you, and I'm allowed to be me. We just got to go separate directions.
Yes.
The other thing I don't do is, no matter who's upsetting me, I don't do like character assassination. I'm not going to talk about. I'm not talking. I'm only talking about. And when people start to stray, they can't stand. Then I'm like, we ain't going there. I'm only talking about this moment. Like, I'm talking about red. You're trying to make purple. We aren't in blue to that. We're only talking about red. Otherwise, we got a problem.
Those are people that don't know what to say, because then they have to attack something to get your mind, distracted, so they can come a different angle.
But I'm also the kind of person that if I mess up, if I do something wrong, and I can see that you're being legitimately honest, like, this is my language of explaining you got to do it differently because this hurts. Okay, no problem. When I see somebody's doing it as a manipulation tactic and just doesn't want to, like, also be considerate, I am not bowing down to you. There's no freaking reason I should.
No, you're not. No, you don't.
It doesn't matter the gender. In a lot of cases, I also, as you guys know, am smart enough where I might just look at people and let them be however they're going to be, because I also know if I even bother trying to explain to them what they did that might bother me, they're too narcissistic to even be like,
oh, you're right, I'm sorry, let me change that, because and I really value that, because then I give the person the opportunity to change or maybe think about it, because I'm sure that at the end of the day, they don't want to be known as that asshole.
Right.
So if they're coming off like that asshole and they really want to be a better person,
most people don't.
Well, that's the key, though. If they want to really be a better person,
and that's what breaks my heart all the time.
Yeah,
and that's what I'm always.
And I've seen that with you. I've seen that with Loren. So it's
Yeah, you've seen me fall apart. Oh my God, Jess. She literally. Okay, so somebody was trying to like sabotage me with a friend, and I couldn't keep it together because it broke my heart so much that anybody would believe that I could possibly do this to somebody. And whatever it is, it's in the past at this point. But like,
a person's spirit, man.
I'm literally sitting in a restaurant and I couldn't control it to the point I'm hysterically sobbing. I couldn't get it together. I don't cry in public, but I am an M&M. The outside is hard. The inside's a bunch of mush.
It's true.
So like literally I'll be like, and then just like, because like you broke the shell. Inside is leaking out at this point. My heart is like overflowing. It's bleeding. Like, and I don't understand how anybody could be like that or act like that or try to do that stuff, because in my own weird world, I am also a Pollyanna. That's why me and Kate get along, because like there's a naivety or like I can't get the grasp of the concept of like just because I wouldn't do that, other people might. there's that weird, so like it literally just shatters me, which then of course is going to make me almost like a colder, harder person with people, because like this motherfucker looked like she was a saint and just like socked me in the face. Like, what? How is it my fault? Oh wait, next person. Hold up. Like, and then people are like, you're so aggressive. When I'm not, you try to take advantage. When I am aggressive, I'm just a cunt. Like,
I've
something.
It's true
all the time. It's very frustrating.
But I've also seen you aggressive in defending not yourself, but
other people.
And I've seen the result where you had to put so much energy into it that you were just spent.
And I'm a pit bull too. So you mess with the person I love, you are messing with the wrong human. I've been a really ugly person just in defense of someone that I know is good. It really takes it out of you too.
And I had somebody back in the day actually be like, you know what you are? And this was before the person came into existence. He's like, you're a pit bull. Like, it was an insult. I looked at him, I'm like, good, because they're friendly to the ones they love and will rip a face off and lock their doors down to somebody who messes with the people they love. And so let's keep that in mind.
Like, you regret your decisions.
And like, I've grown so much as like controlled. So like the way you've seen me is so much calmer. Like, I'm not throwing people through second story windows anymore for like harming people. I mean, now I have minions that do it for me. No, just kidding. What?
You and Al will get along. Next on Thursday, you can talk about things like that.
But you're right. I more often I will go like Barracuda style on somebody if they mess with one of my people, where I don't do it with myself. I'll just kind of start flying them off. And like, I'll talk to somebody and I'll like almost like therapy session it out, because like I cared about somebody and they fucked me over. Like, now we're in like this weird gray territory of like, you were one of my people, so I cared and I put you in a category of will always protect you, and now you fucked me over, so now like I can't just toss you out, but I can't give a fuck, really. So like,
so you hang on there. I think that whole, not doing it for us is part we can handle ourselves and we'll be able to recover from this, and some part of us feels like we don't deserve like to be defended. And I find myself in that position all the time. I always question whether I deserve to be defended, but I will snap if I see it for somebody else. Like, I won't even think about it. I know immediately. Isn't that something?
It's just.
But we care about others more than we care about ourselves. And that's what happens.
I just figure I always thought that was the way it was, but I think it's some people that are just.
I think it's twofold though. I think one, it's that, but it's also, I think, based on childhood stuff where we soar in a way we shouldn't be caring about ourselves. We're supposed to be caring about somebody else.
Or what you were exposed to, like if your mother was very doting, things of that nature,
So what you're watching, what you're taught, what you have other people tell you you're supposed to be like, or what you're supposed to just allow to happen and ignore. Like,
and as women know, we're oppressed and, not paid equal amounts, and not that I'm a feminist, no offense to a feminist, I like the position that I'm in, but I think there's a little bit of that in there too, and
I think there's also that moment of like, I've noticed in some cases, and I might have even said it to both of you, where like I don't even have the words as I've come back. It's not like, oh, I have to think about it. It's literally like, if you think of your brain as like a command central, and you go to that file folder of like comebacks for a certain situation of like defending yourself. There's nothing
like when you're not in the middle.
Yeah, but like for me, very often I'll realize there is no program to run. I don't even know. Like I got into an argument with one of my ex-fiancés literally, and like I just looked at him, I'm like, there's nothing in the programming. There's not like I'm thinking stuff and not saying it. I literally don't even have a command response. It's not like no or yes or I have an idea or fuck you. Literally, it's just a gap hole, like a blank spot of like, Other people get words and they have them. And I know women who will be like, and they got it. And they're able to defend themselves the same as somebody else, where no matter what, they know what they're saying. Like, you'll watch a show and the woman will be like, girl, please, I'm fantastic. I see that and I go, oh, that was good. I should try to remember that.
Yeah. Never will it come out. No.
Like, I literally watch real reality shows of like housewives and all those things because they got the best comebacks. And I'm like, they're so self-confident on those, even if it's just all acting.
I wonder if it's acting,
Whether it is or not, it's giving me something to put in the programming. So I even have some kind of repertoire back in some cases instead of just, I can't believe you think you're allowed to go there with me. Yes. I have one choice. Rip your jaw out and use it as an ashtray. Can't do that. And that's my problem for me. And so many of my friends know, sorry, the fan keeps pushing like hair on my face, is that I don't have that middle stage. I have super quiet because all I know is like kill, death, maim, blood, murder. Can't do that. Go to jail. So, like.
Yeah. What sign are you? Like, what's your rising and?
Oh, my sun sign is Libra, my moon sign is Taurus, and my rising sign is Capricorn.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. So you all on top of that, you're trying to balance. That is some shit right there.
It's a big juggling act.
Yeah. But they all have beautiful qualities.
Yeah, they do. That's why I always I'm such like a workhorse in a way, and getting stuff done is between the Capricorn, between the bull and the ram.
Capricorn is also the mush. That's where the mush comes in, Yeah. But that's also where the strength,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Then you got the Libra going, I just want justice for everyone.
Yeah. Stop all this.
Like, I'll literally get into fights with people being like, they're like, you were just on my side. I said, but then you went to the wrong side again. And that I can't defend that. So no. And then yes, but no. And they're like, you're wishy-washy. No. I'm going point by point. I'm a Libra. I go point by point. Okay. Let the court documents show. Evidence 1, she said yes. Evidence 2, fuck off. No. But, I think that's part of the problem with, interacting with some people, especially with the bluntness, is very much like, I go in point by point, and you might be right on this, but then if you say this, I'm going to say no to that. And if you go going, see, you say no to everything. No, it was just point 2.
Of your second reference.
So, but my dad was an attorney. I grew up around all sorts of
that's amazing.
Yeah, so I grew up in the judicial system where, between court reporters and judges and senators and congressmen and, all that stuff, you get a lot of knowledge. I worked at his office, so I was constantly doing documents and, all that stuff. So, sometimes I realize my mind thinks kind of like an attorney does with I don't need all the emotional aspects. Like I did that with a girlfriend of mine. She had court coming up and she starts talking to me and I'm like, answer a question. That's it. We'll get back to why you were so sad about it after we're done, but I can't.
I'm all up for that when we're talking as friends, but when you're trying to make a point in a serious situation, you got to make the point and because nobody cares.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares.
Yep.
Get right to it.
Like I had one of my exes. He was like, I literally stopped reading halfway through your message because it was a long message, and I was like, okay, I have 3 words for you. Fuck off, bye. I literally broke up with him in the shortest, I was like, was that long enough or short enough for you, cunt? As you can tell, I don't mind that word. But I think that's also part of the problem. People don't want to put enough effort into a lot of things these days to even talk stuff out. They just want to be right. And we're I think you guys know, if I realize I'm wrong about something, I mean, how many times do I say sorry when I didn't think I did something? Look at Kate's face. and that's why people always think I'm either so full of myself or stuck up, this, that, or the other, cold. And it's more I do lots of research. I do lots of studying. When I don't know something, as you guys have seen, I'll be like, hold on. It says.
Now that see you on your phone, you're looking up and doing it. You memorized everything, and then all of a sudden something pops up at the bottom. And you're
exactly.
How'd you do that?
Exactly. But that's how come I even act like I know what I'm talking about, because the moment I'm not sure, I go, I'm not sure, don't quote me, let me look it up. And most people, they got this weird thing where if they say I did something wrong or it was my mistake, it's something awful, instead of Okay,
we're learning
moving
from this,
on.
and I'm just letting you know, I realize it, and I'm gonna change.
Exactly. It doesn't have to be a big deal. Like, especially with me, I'm not gonna like hold on to stuff unless you're gonna deny you did anything.
Right.
You're gonna deny all the culpability and blame me?
No, it takes two to tango in every situation. No matter what the situation is, you gotta apologize for your part.
Well, yeah, but not everybody does that.
Right. Just as a learning,
And that's what kills me sometimes.
Yeah.
It's that kind of moment.
That's also where it comes into why I really don't judge anybody. I've been on both sides of everything. So, I give people the benefit of the doubt often when they have a situation going on. Because I'll put myself in their shoes for a moment, and then I'll analyze it, see if whether or not they're probably pulling my chain or not. Some people are really good, and they take advantage of you. So you got to be careful about that. So
yeah. And some people hate when I go, hey, so I saw someone trying to pull a con on you. And then they stop talking to me for a little bit sometimes because they don't want to believe me. And then they'll come back and go, you were right. And I was like, okay. But what I really hate is the people who don't know. They literally know that this person's like that kind of shady individual and will wait until like it blew up in your face and then be like, oh, so you finally figured it out, huh? Oh, that's not how to do that.
No. You know what? When you should still stand by what you did. Don't criticize them for it. Be happy that they finally found out themselves, and then you guys can talk.
Right? Like, so like that stuff drives me nuts too.
I just went through that very recently. I wanted to give someone the benefit of the doubt, and it was somebody very close to me. And I said, listen, I think you just have some rival going on. Let me make this opinion myself.
Right.
And man, did I get my ass burned.
Wow.
It happens sometimes.
It
I don't.
But you know what? I now know to never give that person a second chance, because that's another problem.
Yeah.
Keep giving them chances.
Oh, yeah, we know I don't do that.
You're like, you can grow. I see your potential.
Oh, girl, I'm so far past that. God, you should have seen me telling Kate how done I am with that. I am, like, there is somebody out there for me, because I am definitely a rare brand of whiskey for somebody. But some Duke out there, no, just kidding. Wearing Daisy Dukes, mad bad joke.
Oh, my God.
I swear I'm kidding. I am not manifesting that shit. Moving right along. Like, anyway. But like, I think part of the problem always is that lack of like, just wanted to tell the truth about shit. Like, I don't mind if somebody needs to make their own opinion. I can't stand when like they already knew and they've waited so long that like now you're devastated and they go, see, I knew that, but like, that just meant you got no balls. Just fucking tell me, listen, this person fucked me over. Just be wary. Or like, listen, this person is pulling fugazi crap at you. She just tried to make you pay $100 for like a palm reading. Meanwhile, she just did numerology at you. Like any of that kind of shit, just say it ahead of time. But most people are so afraid that they'll like mess up a friendship because they're telling the truth, that they let the person fall into a realm of snakes instead of like, at least I tried. But the other problem is we live in a society where when a woman says, listen, this person did some fucked up shit, they go, well.
Absolutely.
Or they'll be like, that bitch is crazy. She don't know what she's talking about. That you get a lot too.
Right? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So, we're going to move on to another subject, though. I want to hear what your first craziest experience was with, what did we say we talked about? Do you remember what we talked about?
Ghosts or aliens?
You said ghosts.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Are you sensitive? I just had experiences. I don't know which one it was, but now that I'm like doing more research, it could have been. But is that what you were talking about, Loren?
Yes.
Okay.
I was trying to look at Kate to figure out if we were going there or not.
Oh, I don't want to talk about anything that makes anybody uncomfortable.
No, she's good. I just fuck with her because she's so Pollyanna. I love her. Yes. So we want to talk about our first scariest experience. Now, this could be when you were a kid, but I want it to be a paranormal experience, not a human-related one, because that could get too dark too quick.
Oh,
so. Yeah, so we're not talking about my childhood.
My first paranormal experience wasn't scary. Well, the what led to it was scary, but my first paranormal experience was actually when I was a teenager, I was driving and I was very, very upset. And literally, it was raining and I was driving on a bridge and I was so upset. And I said, oh, please God, let me die, teenage crying.
We've all been there. We've been there.
The second I said that, I hydroplaned. I bounced from the railing on a bridge, from the third lane across to the first lane, bounced off the railing to the third lane again and back and totaled the car.
Wow.
God.
Immediately. And I came out with just a black eye and a bruise.
Holy shit.
Angels.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, God bitch slapped you for daring.
Right?
Yeah.
He was like,
oh yeah, that was it. It was like, okay, you think so? Let's go.
I'm gonna show
Let's go.
Hi, sweetheart.
Right? Yeah, let's go. Exactly.
Hi, Sydney.
Hey.
Oh my God. All right, Jess, what about you? What was yours?
All right. So ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So I was in 8th grade. It was the night before Halloween. I woke up in my bed, just kind of trying to get back to sleep. I noticed some lights in my window, and I'm like, it looked exactly like an airplane to me, but I was like, why is it so close to the house? Why isn't it moving?
Yeah.
And why can't I hear the engine? And all of a sudden, once I like kind of noticed that, I heard a clicking in my room, like somebody was trying to light a lighter and it wasn't lighting. And I had like a collection of trolls on my shelving, and I saw one of the if you press the belly on one of mine, the eyes lit up. And as like when you're hearing the lighter flick, I saw that thing flicker, and I screamed at the top of my lungs. My sister comes barreling through my door thinking like something. It was the worst thing. I wouldn't sleep in my room. I was like 12 years old. I mean,
That's
it was
scary.
really something else.
Wow.
But she said that when she was trying to get me back to sleep in her room. My body was convulsing in such ways that she just had to hold me so tight so that like she was just, my head was going to hit the railing on our bed. She was like,
wow,
really concerned, but nobody when I talked about it, my parents really didn't. They thought that I had woken up from a nightmare, but I was already up trying to fall asleep. You know, it wasn't one of those dreams. You know, I knew.
Yeah,
and I hear that stuff on TV, and I'm like, I was there. I was there.
I believe it.
Wow. Yeah.
So yeah, it wasn't too much, but what a scary experience.
Trying to figure out which one I should talk about. I've had stuff happen to me of a paranormal nature since I was in a crib. And weirdly, I even remember it. I was in my crib, in my room, and so, all right. So I'm in, I was like, fuck it, tell the story. So I'm in the crib. It's nighttime. I'm looking around and I hear these little bells jingling, and it's not Christmas time. And I keep hearing this. And I look in the corner of my room, and right at the top corner of where my open door closet is this black and white clown rocking and laughing with the bells. So I freak out, roll over, starting to like ask somebody in my head to help me, because I always had imaginary friends, which I now understand is my spiritual team.
Ooh,
so yeah,
I talk to you, Loren.
I know. So like, and then like I roll over and I'm facing the wall with the crib, and what pops up from in between the bars, like this, is rotting faces melting.
Nope.
So I start screaming. And it smells like dead, rotting flesh. And I'm just freaking out.
Demonic!
Yeah. So there's little bells dingling.
No!
Plus, my mom opens the door. There's nothing there. She tries. She's like, it's nothing. Screaming? Yeah, of course. I was like, ugh. So nothing. Months later, this has been happening, and every night nobody believes me. I'm just having nightmares. It's
she
whatever.
Wouldn't know why you're like screaming in the middle of the night.
She didn't see any of it. It didn't happen. I'm a little kid. It was just nightmares. I was trying to stay up late. You know, rationale of adults. They're trying not to scare their children, being like, I don't fucking know. So weeks later, this is still happening. And all of a sudden I look out my window and there's this awful, like, horned face staring at the window.
On here.
And the face starts pushing through the screen, like little bits. And then all of a sudden and it disappears. There's this like black smoky smell, sulfur smell. And only the spot where the face was is now rusted on the screen.
For real?
They had to replace the screen. Now,
why haven't you written a book about this?
Because it's like real life experiences versus like the storyteller pain. Like,
this is like okay, so
and that's just one of like a million that I have.
The nonfiction, because of that, I want to be able to be like, oh my god, that person. I'm going to put myself in their position and feel those feelings. Damn.
All right, so you want to hear one more? I'll tell you one more. All right, so in this room I'm in. And this is going back years. One of my friends, Little Mikey, that's his nickname. Everybody's got, most of my people always have nicknames from back in the day. So he's Little Mikey. Little Mikey and I am doing those voice recording messengers back and forth. Now, it's late at night. He's troubled with something I'm trying to help him with because, day and night, you get in trouble, I'm going to be there with you if I can't physically get to you. So we're going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And literally, I have a doorbell speaker thing in my room so that if somebody's out front, they can ring the doorbell. It goes ding dong, nothing exciting. And at least I know to climb all the way upstairs to go to the fucking front door. So it's 2:30 in the morning. It's 3 o'clock in the morning, something stupid like that. And I hit the record button and I go to start talking and the doorbell speaker goes, ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. It's pitch dark. I don't have lights on in my room because I don't need them. I have my computer screen on. So it's pitch dark. It's almost 3 o'clock in the morning. And my doorbell that doesn't do anything except ding dong is now doing My Bonnie Lies Over the River. Recorded on the recording so that when I sent it to him, he heard it. Then there was a smell. There was footsteps running up and down my stairs. And my mistake was I had bought something at an antique store and didn't cleanse it before I brought it into my sacred space. So that fucking guy just wanted to go home. So it took me and Little Mikey like 2.5 hours of something stupid of prayers and all sorts of stuff just to get the damn thing out, but it was on the recording and he knows my room. So he goes, oh shit, nah. He's like, oh shit, nah, dude. He's like, I know your doorbell. He goes, ding dong. Like, that's all it does. It's like a mechanic thing. It's like ding dong, but it's not
right.
Creepy fucking moment where like, I'm like, sage stinks. I'm like, power of Christ. Not really. But
so
like,
how does this happen often for you?
I get all sorts of stuff. Yeah.
So
I mean, not in my space anymore.
Over?
I help sometimes, yeah.
Why don't I know? Why don't I know this?
I don't know. I don't talk about a lot of that stuff because so many people are judgmental. And one of the first times I did a paranormal convention at all, I had some priest guy start trying to like pop quiz me to see if I was allowed to say I did any. And I was like, I don't like this world. Everybody's way too judgmental. Like, only one person's way is the right way, it seems, and you get people who say there's nothing there at all. And I don't like all the fighting. Like, It's not like a respect of difference of opinion. It's like aggressive in nature very often where like, no, that didn't happen. Oh, okay. And that's literally usually my answer when somebody pulls that stuff at me. It's like, oh, okay. Okay, that's what you need to feel like. So like that's why I never put minister any of my posters. That's why I don't usually like when I'm working cons, I don't talk about the Reiki side or like, the cleansing side. I don't talk about how I had to take a hellhound out of somebody's closet once. Like I don't talk about a lot of that stuff. One, because normally it's other people's stories. So that's as much as I can say about that story. The rest of it is that person's story. So no matter what, that's as much as I can give you out of my own respect. Plus, would you want to tell me anything private about your life if I go, oh, you know what I was able
right. That's sort of like the doctor patient confidentiality
privilege, So like most of the time when people want like proof I can do anything, I go, well, I can help you or you cannot believe me, but like I'm not going and here's my referral because that's not how that works for me. So like very often I've had people come up to me at cons, right? Though, like Joe Schmo said I did a great job with his exorcism. I mean, what the fuck?
Testimonial.
Testimonial, exactly. 5 stars, great chef. What? No. She served those demons up on a platter. It was wonderful. No, I don't know.
Try her again.
Yeah, right. Seriously. But no, I mean, so for me, I don't normally talk about all that stuff, but that's why we're starting to talk about it now. That's why I'm going to abandoned locations now and, start handling that side of the stuff, because if people got a problem with it, don't watch it. Right? I mean, for fair. So, but there's so much of that stuff that happens with so many people, and nobody wants to talk about it because everybody's so afraid that somebody will be like, well, did you use this machine equipment? Otherwise, it's not real. Okay. I don't know what to tell you. I don't like that. Like, a lot of hand gestures, but like, nah, fuck nah. So, what do you think would be the scariest thing you'd ever have to deal with? Like paranormal style? What do you think, Kate?
I don't know if I want to talk about that.
Okay, that's a good idea.
You know where I'm going, and I don't.
Yeah, let's move right along. If you could go to one paranormal location that you know of, what would it be, and what would you bring?
Kings Park and you.
Yes, I like that answer. That's exactly right. Jess, what about you, baby?
Just give me 1 second. I'm having difficulty because I tried to transfer. It's not working. Say that one more time.
What haunted location would you go to if you could go to any one, and what would you bring?
I would probably bring one of those boxes that skip the frequencies so that you could hear what you hear what the ghosts are saying.
Okay.
Like you could communicate directly with them. What is that called?
Spirit box?
Yes, spirit box. Yes.
Loren for the win. Gold star points. No, I hope that's right. I believe so. Yeah, that's a good idea. Where would you go, you said? Jess, what would be the location?
Where would I go?
Yeah, do you have like a favorite, always wished you could go to haunted location? I'm gonna go
I don't know. I don't know. Probably a psych institute of some sort.
I think the three of us at like Kings Park or something would be fucking hilarious. First of all, Kate, I don't know how I'd get you in. Like, I know how to get you in. I know where the hole is to push you through. But like, when I go, hide right here and don't say anything, cops are coming, I could just see you and be like, who am I? I did that once. I went with somebody who knew the way or whatever, and all of a sudden we were about to leave, and I'm exhausted. Like, we've been there for hours, and I'm overheated. So now I'm like done. When I get overheated, I'm just like, he's like, yo, shit, hold on. There's a cop. And I'm like, no. So like I had to hide in the bushes for a little while. Like, I got like scratched at Kings Park. So like literally I got scratched by the thorn bush while we're hiding from the cops. And I'm like, you made me bleed my own blood. I'm like, I gave you blood. Can we leave now? And literally you hear the cop leave. And I was like, I guess so. So like literally we were able to get out of there right after I like bled for them. I was like, I bled for you. Let me out. Fuck off. Like, yeah. I love Kings Park though. I had some seriously bad experiences there when I was younger though, honestly. I went when I was like, I don't want to say like early 20s, but all those years kind of squished together sometime. But I was on all those doctor prescribed medications for stuff and misdiagnosed. And so I had all these medications in my system, which I think is why I had such a problem there the first time. And we had gone and we pulled up, and this Evanescence CD just came out. It was hot at the time. And I played it through and through perfectly fine thousands of times before. When we arrived at Kings Park and pulled right up front, the CD started skipping to the part where you'll never get out alive. You never get out alive. You never get out alive. I look in the back seat and there's a dude sitting in my back seat. I turn and you see like right next to where I had parked was like the bus depot thing. So like I was like, you're not allowed to get a ride with me. And the guy disappeared because I freaked out. We turned the car off. The next thing I realized is I'm bashing at the door. My hands are bloody and I'm screaming, let me in. I'm home. Like, I was positive I was supposed to be getting in, not out. Like, the girl had to like basically rip me down the property, throw me back in the car, drive us off. And like, we get off the property and I like make her stop. I was like, bam, 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 open the door. And I just started throwing up black stuff. Like, just black sludge started coming out. I literally drank holy water 3 times a day for 3 days.
Ooh, wow.
That's how I cleared it the first time. No, not even at all. It's one of the things. I'm like, you want a real quick fix? That works. I mean, you don't want to drink a lot of it, but like a few drops in somebody's water bottle makes a hell of a difference. I don't approve of it. Don't do it.
Around with you all the time?
Now I don't have to. Now I don't have to. I have plenty of other ways, and like I have such like a spiritual team, and I know like who to call on and a lot of that stuff. I also don't really go anywhere without all of my backup, you know. So I have all my like blessed items on me usually, you know, all that stuff. It's usually what.
And you know your like spirit guides and the people that assist you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I worked through a lot of that. A lot of times I don't have names because we don't really need that. Like, they don't really need it. We don't need to get hung up and all that. No, even when I was a kid, we don't really need names. It's just more like, I know when they're there. I know when certain gods or goddesses show up because, like, I have patron gods and goddesses. Like, my patron god is God Odin. My patron goddess is Goddess Oshun, which is a beautiful Afrin goddess. And they're both powerful in their own wisdom and all that stuff as well. So, like, if I'm having a real bad moment where I want to tap out on the world, Daddy Odin will show up and quite literally just be like, there, little one. But like, because he knows, like, bitch crazy, calm it down. Like, you know, but otherwise I have such a, in my opinion, mixed diversity, which I've been told by other psychics where, you know, Fae world, you know, saints, angels.
Oh, I love you so much. Every time I talk to you more and more, like, I need to know more about this. You have to talk about it. A book about it. Oh my god!
You know. I mean, I guess it's always the problem.
To be this close with somebody that has like tapped into that. That's what I'm so interested in, all the mysteries of the world, like anything that's like wondrous or a conspiracy. Like, I always want to look into it. I want to know what the truth is. I want to know where the idea originated from, you know?
Yeah.
They will come on, girl. I know people who like want to be buried.
Oh yeah, like, and there are many different kinds of Fae. That's another thing most people don't understand is there's a whole world of Fae. In my opinion, by 2025, they're going to come out. I think there's some, like, talk about conspiracy theories of my own making, but since I was small, I always believed that there was other types that lived on this planet, whether it's Fae or supernatural, and literally they made a contract with our planet, and at some point that's up, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be the next few years, and they're just going to be like, I'm out, and like,
do you think
you guys didn't do it right?
Species of alien?
Oh fuck yeah, there's been aliens forever.
Okay, no, but do you think like the Fae is a species of alien?
No.
Okay,
I would say one is of like one energy form, and the other is of a different kind of energy form.
Okay, because I always thinking like, oh,
I mean that's my opinion.
So, like, it's the different planes you're saying.
Kind of, but like it's like, okay, so all our souls, like, and some people say all our souls come from different planets. Like mine might be Belectrus or Betelgeuse because that's the actual planet. I looked into it, so that seems like it's possible. But that's just another one of those. There's no way to really know. Once I go up, hopefully, then I'd be like, was I right about any of it? Yes.
Yeah.
All right,
I want to be like, I want to come back and be like, listen.
I think that's why I get mad all the time because I keep forgetting you come back without any of it. You go, fuck, you know.
Right, you'll forget everything.
Yeah, so like I knew all this every time, and then I come down like
right.
You know.
But it's in your heart. It's in your heart.
Right? Like you know. And then again, like I wrote a book. Where did all the dragons go? Because I believe dragons were real at one point. You look at tapestries from back in the old days. You look at the ones that like legit real. You'll see all sorts of creatures that are actually extinct, like the lynx and all these kinds of creatures woven into tapestries alongside with unicorns and dragons.
Unicorns are so believable.
I truly believe we just cleared them out or like sent them somewhere to be protected. But like,
ooh, that's a good. I like that. I like that one.
I mean, if they're no longer in existence, fine, I'll believe that. But like the fact that in like, you know, AD, BC days where they're making woven tapestries of expensive natures and they're putting all sorts of real creatures at that time, plus unicorns and or dragons, and you're gonna say they added a mythical creature?
Yeah, right. Nah.
Just one?
It comes from somewhere. I love
just one. Okay, just one.
Just one.
Only imagine one. They only use their imagination on one creature. Okay. How come everywhere you go and you look through all the tapestries across all of the different nations and etc., you see unicorns and dragons throughout? This is during times where they couldn't communicate with each other. How do they all have them?
Your pictures, yeah.
So in that kind of way, maybe they ate all the meat, used all the horns, and like, bye-bye.
The ivory of an elephant.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, you know, we keep talking about how all our animals are going extinct, and except people are still shooting them. So, like, it can't be like, you should have been smarter than that. You'd think they would have been smarter. Bitch, we're still doing it.
Yeah.
Bees are about to be extinct. No one gives a fuck. They still mow down their dandelions.
In that friggin' Unwell episode that I said, bee therapy is actually one of them, where you sting yourself with bees. So like hundreds and hundreds of people are stinging themselves with hundreds and hundreds of bees over, you know, so
to actually stop themselves from ever being allergic, actually.
A vital part of our ecosystem. It's like, I mean, we all saw the Bee movie, right? There's some truth to that.
I love you so much. Like, I literally take that clip from the Lorax where let it grow, let it grow. You can't reap what you don't sow. Yep, that was like the worst singing ever, but like, God forbid I did it right in my copyright. Sure. The amount of shit I got copyrighted for. I'm like, but they did it too, but I'm in trouble. Fuck you. Yep. But so yeah. That's always unfortunate. I hit a button. Okay, we're fine. Button. Who's got the button? Nope, we're good. Okay, so next question I have for us is, what was your very first alcoholic experience? How old were you? And how bad did it go? And I don't mean like, I took a sip of Daddy's beer, because then I'm talking like bottle days for me. So let's just move forward.
14 rum. 14 rum.
Oh, 14. Oh, okay. No.
I thought you said 14 months. I was like, 14 months. You were 14?
And rum.
Okay.
Yes.
And rum. Tell me the story.
Well, the parents were out of town.
Yeah.
Yes.
Was it 14? No, it was older than that.
This is like the 2013, 2014 moment.
Right.
Teenager, maybe.
Okay.
But
14.
Still,
let's go with 14. Go ahead.
I couldn't drink rum until I was 23.
Oh, God. What happened?
I got
so
sick. I drank too much. Got so sick. Just couldn't drink it.
Yo, that story's got to be so much better off camera. I'm going to wait till off camera. Bitch hiding shit. Bitches hiding shit. Your attorney over here is very aware that was the censored edition. Lots of black lines for the transcript, folks. We'll talk later. All right, Jess, you tell me yours.
All right, so I was a freshman in high school, and I was dating a junior, and I was introduced to pretty much all of that crazy high school stuff through him. And my first experience drinking, I drank 8 beers. Like, who can drink 8 beers without getting messed up? So it's my first time drinking. I drink 8 beers. I didn't black out, but the only thing I remember was I really wanted to give my boyfriend a massage in front of all of his friends, and they were all looking at me like, this girl's trash. I finally come home. I swing open the door, and I'm like, hello to my family. So like, I wasn't even discreet about it.
Oh, God.
My cousin was trying to cover for me. She got me upstairs, and I just started throwing up.
Oh, man.
So I did obviously get reprimanded by my mother, but she was very kind the next morning and made me bacon.
Oh.
She says, you'll thank me later, so eat this.
Oh, yeah, the salt and the fat from it makes it.
Yeah, so she was like, I guess this is the beginning of the end.
Oh, man.
Go. I'm going to buckle up. And man, did she have to buckle up.
Wow.
Yeah, I love partying with you. Fucking love partying with you. Let's be serious. Yes, Joanna. I talked about you earlier, Joanna. She's the one who made me be like, it's a fucking plant, bitch. Drink it. Yep, she got me started. Yeah. So shout out to Joanna. You ready for my ridiculous first drinking nonsense nightmare?
Yes.
All right. So I'm gonna say I was 13. Because I'm pretty sure I was. Yeah, I was 13. All my friends were either seniors or super seniors, which means like you really should have graduated 2 years ago, but you're still here.
Oh, super senior. That's
Yeah. Lots of super seniors were my friends. That's not really a compliment, but let's move right along. So these motherfuckers take me to a friend's house where there's nobody there, and they're gonna have me do shots for the very first time in my life.
Nope.
Okay, first of all, I really should have like annihilated all these bitches because they all have a regular shot glass. They give me the double shooter glass.
They just want to see what was going to happen.
Oh my God.
I only drank beer before that and bourbon. I've never done shots before.
And bourbon.
Well, you know, middle school was bourbon. Anyway, middle school was bourbon. Elementary school was beer. And I swear to God, this was not on my mom. Don't blame her. My father was a dick. Anyway, so we're doing shot for shot of 99 bananas. Shot for shot, 99 bananas as we're going around. Now they're all doing one shot where I'm doing at least two because it's one of those vacation. That's all we have. Bitch had plenty of other shot glasses. I found out after that. So after about 2 hours of now, we've gone 99 bananas. We've now switched on to another fucking thing. We're still doing shooter and shot. All of a sudden, I'm like, uh-oh. I throw up. I throw up in front of all the cool people who are waiting for it. But I don't just throw up. I Exorcist style projection throw up from the door that lands on the table. Covers everything, and I can't stop throwing up. And they start calling me the Exorcist.
Oh my God.
Yo, Exorcist style.
Fed you all that alcohol. Come on.
At 13.
Gotta be a little bit more.
So now, my friend who's been inside with some dude goes, I told you not to drink until I came back out. Bitch, I'm already 15 feet to the wind. Pretty sure you're sucking some guy's dick for the last 3 hours. You never came back. What am I supposed to fucking do?
Right.
Like now my drunk ass is between throwing up and trying to use her garden hose to spray. I got it, guys. I spray my own self.
Yes.
Now this girl has to drive me home to my mother. 13 years old. Garbage bag. No, you know, the shopping bags around my ears, like fucking trough, trying to throw up in it. We get their house, because now it's like 2 a.m. or something, and my mom's just standing outside. And I'm still throwing.
3 hours ago.
She didn't even do that. She just looked at me. They pick up all these bags and throw them in the garbage pail. And like, here's your daughter. She didn't listen to me was basically the answer. She just looked at me and looked at them and like helps me in the house, takes care of me, never gave me shit for it. Because I wake up, I'm like, I'm killing everyone. Like, and the fact that they had given me the shooter and purposely set me up so that the next day I'm at school, Exorcist, and I'm like, yeah, I'll make my head spin and then kill you, bitch. What? Like, I lost it. Like, I was like, I got set up so bad to the point where every once in a while I'll see one of the old school homeboys and they'll be like, "Hey, Exorcist," and I'm like, "Why? You want me to possess you right now, motherfucker?" Like,
oh my God,
you know,
like that was shitty. So I still have not drank 99 bananas since 13. I'm now going to be, I don't know, 35, 36, or 37. I don't know.
Go anymore either. I gotta one.
Yeah, I was born in 84, so I have no idea. But 84 is the year. So I don't know how old I'll be October 11th, but whenever that age is, that's what it is.
Oh my God.
I honestly couldn't give a fuck what my number is. Like, we don't give a shit what number a tree is until we cut it. Oh, look at the rings. Like,
true.
My age is just, I don't look my age. I feel 27. I feel like I look maybe 32. So
I don't even, like, for me, I don't even care one way or the other. Like, people are like, oh, it's because you're about, bitch, nah, I could literally give no shits about what that number is supposed to be. As long as we celebrate my birthday, we're kids. Like, I don't care what the number is. Like, I just want to celebrate. Like, at my day, I don't care if there's 7 candles, 47. Get the fucking candles off and let me eat my cake. So October 11th. Yeah, we'll have to plan something.
Yes, I'm excited. I'll make a cake.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yes, guys, she made the face cake in my movie Yield.
And I'm sorry, Jessica, what is your company called again?
It's called A Sweet Discovery.
Oh, yeah. And you'll find it in the description section of this video, as well as Kate's link. So you'll be able to click them, like them, follow them. Oh, yeah. Order a freaking cake from Jess. You won't regret it. Woo! And make sure you order Yield. Yes, that's right.
Yes.
Shameless vlog time. Yield, the horror movie, is about a family called the Carnagos, who are a bunch of cannibals living in a forest who live off the forest and the tourists that come in to have some long pig, technically human. So you get to watch a lot of the gruesome fun. I even play one of the hillbilly Carnago clan, Betsy, and you get to see Jess's face cake, which is amazing. It looks gory, but it tasted so good. It was chocolate, more chocolate. So good. So make sure you order your copy. Make sure you check it out on IMDb. Hell yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that was probably one of the best cakes I ever tasted, by the way.
Really?
Yeah, it was so good.
Yeah,
plus, like, the fact that it was a gruesome face made it better.
Right,
Made it better.
Yeah.
It made it even better. I was like, yeah. It was like breaking through literal bone. Do not ask me how I know what breaking through literal bone feels like.
You're just guessing.
No, I mean, yes.
Yes.
I was like, no, yes, of course, whatever. I didn't hang out in morgues and dissect bodies when I was a child. No.
You did? Girl. We gotta talk about that later. So
yeah, that's as much as I can say about that. I'm pretty sure the statute of limitations on some of that stuff still.
Oh, come on now.
Well, you gotta remember, I knew a lot of people in like judicial systems. So all of a sudden, like, how did she get in here? I just want to watch you open up the head. No. Well, I did a whole brain for my 2nd grade science project where you take all the parts apart and you could see like, here's the hypothalamus and all this stuff. And they made it out of like clay. So like, I kept being like, can I just visit and watch them dissect a body so that I could like.
I'm doing this for research. Yeah, like, I love that.
Oh, it's so good. I really would have like gone through the entire training for all of it, but I was like, this is going to get me into some very dangerous territory, and I really like keeping my humanity intact.
Yeah, that's important.
Right.
Plus, why get my hands dirty when you can just make sure you're friends with somebody who could do it for you?
Right.
I mean, for fair. Hey, always know somebody with a morgue and a funeral home and a butcher.
Whoa!
Also, if you know somebody that can like run an ambulance, then you can make sure you have the jumper pack you're going to need. I mean, what? I know nothing.
Nothing.
Just research. These hands are clean, I swear. Oh, well, maybe not there. Out, damn spot. Technically, it's soot from the bowl, but that's hilarious. That's actually one of the reasons I would never, ever kill anybody. People always have like this misconception about me. One is I want my soul to go to heaven no matter what, and nobody's costing me.
But you don't
my
have
soul.
any fingerprints, girl.
I do now. Not that bad, but still.
Just use that one hand.
But the other reason was when I was a little kid, my dad took me to see Macbeth. I was like elementary school, 1st grade.
Wow, that's morbid for a...
Yeah, he never made any good choices. He was not a good father. But he did do the right thing in that case, because there's a moment in that where Queen Macbeth can't get the blood off her hands. That spot is going to be staining her soul. Out damn spot. So from that moment, I understood it so completely that no matter what, I was never going to kill anybody or even go, yes, you can kill somebody. Because out damn spot in my soul, and I'm never
soul, right? No.
Yeah, nobody on this planet's costing me my soul. Nobody is that important versus your soul. So like, even however young I was, like next day at school, out damn spot, damn it. Like these poor teachers, man, the things they had to deal with between Grimm's fairy tales being read and like Edgar Allan Poe, and then I went and saw a play where they killed a woman and then she couldn't get the stain off her. Like,
You're like, she's 5. What's going on here?
Yeah. Oh my God. It was really bad, honestly. I felt bad for all their teachers, and I couldn't understand why everybody was so bent out of shape. I'm like, I like it. Can we go see Sweeney Todd now? It's on Broadway.
Oh my
I really did. I was that fucking kid.
Man, do I love that movie. God.
I loved it on Broadway. Angela Lansbury played the original. I have that on DVD, and you can find it still.
Holy moly.
And it's one of my favorite, like, ever, like, you know, versions of any Broadway play, probably, is the Angela Lansbury version. But then again, I was a little kid going like, he kills people? This is cool. Like, I want to go see that. And they're like, it's not appropriate. But then, like, my dad would be like, that's not appropriate. And then took me to see the play Chicago, or Nine with Antonio Banderas, which was basically like just a sex thing in Broadway.
All sex.
Did you by any chance see that in the Music Box Theater?
I don't know. I was a kid.
With Antonio Banderas.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know what the man thought he was getting tickets to, or why he never seemed to remember, like, your daughter is with you, not a date. This is not where you bring your daughter. There was a lot of that stuff. So, like, why is the 7-year-old? I'm like, ew. Like, the man sitting next to me on the other side keeps going, why did he bring his daughter to this? That's not okay. Like, I'm so, like, literally other people were uncomfortable as I'm trying to figure out how I can hide him. As he's mad at me for, like, stop that, sit up straight. Bitch, are you seeing what's on that stage? Like, I just want to be drunk at this point. When are we getting drinks?
Right.
Like, that stuff I would say when I was a little kid at him. Like, I just want to get alcohol. Can we leave now? Like, this is no good, man.
Yeah, the person next to you hears that too. Like,
oh yeah. Well, that happened in high school. Like, my principal tried to, like, expel me, and my dad, like, threatened to sue her, and then he goes, that's it, we're out of here. Come on, Loren, we're gonna go get drinks at the bar. It was like 1:30 in the afternoon. I'm in high school. So I'm like, okay.
Oh my God.
And I was like, my dad's a badass. I hate him, but that scared her.
Right.
And she's just like, did he just say drinks? You shouldn't have called him. You know, like, so yeah, none of that is good stuff, which is one of the reasons whenever, like, I took care of kids and they wanted to hear, like, stuff that happened to me when I was a kid, I go, no, but I could tell you some other stuff.
Yeah, right.
Like, I never was like,
this a little.
Even with, like, family members when they were little kids, like, I never was like, I could never give them examples of, like, good ideas that I had done. It was more like, I can't tell you what I did, but I know that was the wrong choice now. So let me tell you what you should do instead. Yes. Like, yes. Like, don't kick people through second-story windows unless you have something lined up at the bottom. Always have a bush. Dude, one dude, like, literally had one, like, a stick actually was, like, almost up his body. He was like, ugh! I was like, that's better. And I'm like, you shouldn't hit girls. Click.
Yeah.
Especially since the buses were lining up.
Remember that.
It's so good. And it's funny. I think I even still talk to him occasionally now. It's like, you know, you see everybody when you get older.
That one time.
Right? Or, like, some of them will see me. Like, you get stuck at, like, a gas station where you're buying one drink or something or a blunt, whatever else. And you're like, what's up? What's up, fuck?
Yeah, no. I'm glad sometimes that we wear masks in the store now because I'm like, I recognize those eyes. I'm just gonna pretend I don't recognize them.
Even with a mask, they know who I am. They're like, it's by your walk. There's no way between your eyes and the way you walk. We know it's you. I was like, that's cool and uncomfortable, I guess.
Yeah, I know. How were you looking at?
Well, I had a guy friend. I was walking, you know how I could, like, walk around my neighborhood for exercise when it, like, was allowed. One guy actually pulled over because, like, from behind, he recognized that it was me and pulled over. Loren, isn't that you? I was like, oh. I was just like, well, yes, that's awkward. That's weird. You knew me by my behind? Like, is it because of how wide? Is it like a weird, like, I always think of Meg Ryan from French Kiss. But I think of Meg Ryan from French Kiss where they talk about her walk. Kevin Kline's like, it's like a little girl, but also like a little man. Like, it's just like, and that's how I feel like I must walk sometimes. Just like, I don't know, like the stuff that you think about. I know, it's so good.
Yeah.
Oh. All right, guys, this has been like a crazy fun time.
Thank you. I'm so happy I got to learn some things I didn't know about you. I can't wait to like catch up.
Oh, there's always more stories. There's always more.
There really is.
I really can't wait.
And I can't wait to pull all sorts of interesting stories out of YouTube because Kate has some stories. Okay, like just you and I, like we're a little more upfront. We're gonna take some crazy shit. She was like, 13, drank some stuff, never doing it again. No,
Really?
No, she like closed that door hard. She's like, nope. So we're gonna dig all that shit out. All of a sudden, she's gonna be like, this one time in band camp.
Oh my god!
Everybody's got that band camp moment.
Kate's like, if my kids ever see this, I'm killing Loren.
Or they come knocking at the door. Apparently,
guys, just for everybody watching, there is a link scrolling at the bottom of the screen right now. It says donate now. That's to the new film that me and Kate are working on together. That is The Devil's Lettuce. The Devil's Lettuce is about 3 guys who are hanging out in a graveyard, as you do, smoking some weed when they break their bowl. And instead of ending the party early, they find a human skull out of the graveyard, smoke weed out of it, and wind up becoming possessed. And then they kill a bunch of people. Yes, that's right. They kill a bunch of people. So please donate to the cause. Every donation comes with an IMDb credit of one variety or the another. Kate actually has a producer credit. Woot, woot, woot. So make sure you go to the link, donate, help support this female filmmakers, us female filmmakers, and Jess, you're going to be a part of this, right? You're going to be a part of it.
I can't wait to donate.
Oh, yeah. And I'm going to have you a part of the film in some way or other, you and Al. Guys, please make sure on Thursdays to check out my show, Let's Party with Loren. We're going to have Al on the show, so we'll talk about him on Thursday. Yes, that's right. That's going to be exciting.
Skateboarding company.
And his skateboarding company. Woot, woot. So once again, just, make sure you click the link and donate, because once this fundraiser is over, you're not going to be able to get the same opportunity. An IMDb credit is pretty epic. No. And that's just for donating. No. You'll find it in the comment section. Oh, yeah. So right before we go, I'm going to just go over it one more time. Jess, please let everybody know who you are and what you do, my girl.
My name is Jessica. I am the owner and operator of A Sweet Discovery. It's a designer desserts company, and I can make anything from a wedding cake to cake pops. I'm also an NJ-based alternative model. I was published in 3 different magazines for pinup and tattoos. And that's about it.
Yep, there's her link. I took forever, but that's her link.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Yeah, check it out. Check out my Instagram. And if you need anything, just give me a private message and I'll fit you in.
There you go. She'll fit you in with some cake, folks. Just in case you thought it was anything else, unless you want to do some pinup, obviously hit her up. Kate, your turn, my girl. Please tell everybody about you and your show.
Okay, and what you do. I am the host of the Kate Fox Show. It airs every Thursday, 9 p.m. We interview a lot of interesting people. I have a website, www.katespittyparty.com. And I also have a Facebook page for the Kate Fox Show.
Which is up now.
It is up now. And on my website, you have links also to all of my books, to my YouTube channel. And that includes everything that I've done, including poetry readings, speeches, and interviews.
Awesome. That's right. And I am Loren Molloy. That is true. Hi, yes, Loren. I am. Feel free to order my DVD, Yield, the horror movie. There's a fantastic cast and crew that worked on this. I mean, they went over and beyond what was asked for them to make sure this was an epic movie for you. It's about a cannibal clan that work together to use the tourists as food. And the couple that goes in, they have to try to figure out if they can get out alive or they turn into long big for the Carnival clan. So make sure you order Yield. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, because I am a director, producer, author, actress, TV show host, epic freaking person,
genius,
ordained minister, Reiki, and more. So please subscribe to my YouTube channel. The reasoning is once I hit 1,000 subscribers, I will be putting Yield up so that you can rent and buy it off the YouTube channel and get to watch it through streaming. Other things are in the works as well, but once we hit 1K subscribers to my YouTube channel, you'll get that opportunity to stream the movie. Yes, because turns out a lot of us don't have DVD players as much as like streaming. So help us get to that 1K, 1,000 subscribers to my YouTube channel, and we'll have some more fun after that because I'll be able to share it with you guys. All sorts of roles they make you do, but it'll be good in the end.
It is.
Right? So, guys, until next Tuesday, I'm Loren Molloy. This is Jess and Kate.
I'm Kate Fox, and we'll see you next Tuesday.
Yes, that's right.
Oh, girl, you bad.
She said, see you next Tuesday. That's right, folks. See you next Tuesday, 8 p.m.